Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are in for a special treat. Let's say hi first before I introduce my amazing, amazing guests. And here we go. Loretta, I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for waiting. And joy to the world. And Stacy, and joy once again. And oh, that's me. Okay. And Margie, hi. Priscilla, our moderator for the evening. Thank you so much for being here. Jerry, hello. Amber, hello. And we got Lisa and Helen. Hey, hey, hey. Chris, hello, Chris. Maria, Amanda. Um, uh, okay, I'm trying to tap like TikTok. You're cute. That's cute. Yolanda, hello. Hi, Priscilla. Stacy and Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Help me get okay. Cheryl, hello. Oh, look at all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bertha, hi Bertha. Hope Lemmy's with you. Say hello. Charlene, how are you, Charlene? And Nikki and Amanda and Joy and Joe and Kelly. Here we go. This is like romper bumper stomper boo. Tell me, Magic Mirror. Tell me, do. Uh, and they never said my name, guys. Never. They never said, and we see Elias. No. They said Mike and Joe and all the cool names that I wanted to be called, but no. Anyway, I digress. Nita and Janet and Jen and Margie says she's so excited to be here with all three of us. Thank you, thank you. And Margie O'Brien, two Margies in a row. Heather, hello. Um, Let's see. Cameron and Ed, thank you for being here. Angie says hello. Stephanie, Ashley, I like to say hello, everybody. Here's my friend Elle, you guys. She was one of the permanent um, background actors for Saved by the Bell. That's her claim to fame. And she's the only person that I know that's a little bit shorter than me. Okay, Abby and Kelly and Joe, hello, hello, hello. And Jen and Gina and Lisa and Leslie and Priscilla and Joy and Gloria and Emmy and Loretta and Priscilla and Karen. Hi, Karen. We're gonna get to all of you guys and Diane and then here we go and Abby and they never called Eleni. I know they didn't. It's an E thing. L. That's what it is. Chronic the Hedgehog 9. Love the name. Lori. Hello. Janice. Hello. And we're almost there. And Haley. Hello. Oh, and Loretta. All right, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me go through that to all 61 of you and Tracy. Hello. I'm so excited about tonight. I have been talking about it and talking about it. And Dr. Stephen O'Connor, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. He's one to know as well. Dana and Chrisanna, he's one to know. He has the retreat center that we're going to do in Ecuador. He also is the chief science officer of Live Labs. Really good. Talks about chronic pain as well. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. So, guys, I'm so excited to introduce the film director and film producer of, wait for it, Love Heals. How are you both doing, Dana and Chrisanna? How are you guys doing?
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thanks so much for being here. Thank you so, so much for being here. So, I met both of these lovely ladies at Celebrate Your Life Summer Consciousness Camp. Dr. Sue Mortar was doing a presentation, and I just held the door open for you guys. Well, I checked you in at registration, like I was right next door. But then I held the door open, and we just started talking, and here we are today. You guys have amazing vibe, amazing energy, and that film, that documentary, Chrisanna, you did an amazing job. Amazing job. I mean, I was like, am I in a movie theater watching this? Because this is like so, so good. It is so good. And it was crisp and I just loved it. I was telling Dana, seeing your journey and watching it through your eyes, Christiana, was amazing. It was amazing that you captured love. You captured compassion. You captured your own acceptance of what it means to support love and not fix love. And that's amazing. So I'm going to stop talking because Priscilla is putting on lovehealsfilm.com. And Lisa has also seen the film, and she said, such a great job. I felt it deeply. You guys did amazing, amazing. Yes, it was so good. Excellent job. Thanks, Ashley, for watching it as well. Thank you so much. And can you tell everybody just a little bit about how this all started?
I'm going to let Krisanna tell that story since I talked so much on Friday, but this really was an outreach to her. So go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you for that, Elias. I find myself on the verge of tears just with your sharing and your heart. And yeah, wow, just what a gift to know you. And I know it wasn't an accident that our paths crossed. So thank you for that. I guess the short of it is that I felt really lost. Dana and I fell in love, and the same month that we were falling in love, she began her chronic pain journey. And interestingly, in that, there was a while where I wondered, and was I the cause of this? And of course I had to work through that. But at the same time, just always had hope that things could get better and they could change. And as they continued to feel like they were getting worse, and she went through spine surgery and then seemed worse after that, I just thought, gosh, I don't even know how to hold this. So the only way I know how to hold things, because I've been creating films since I was 16, I felt like I just need to document our journey, because maybe at some point this will be a record of like how far we've come. And I think I was looking for some sort of like way of encapsulating this in order to see it redeemed, I guess. So I had been documenting parts of our journey, certainly not the hardest moments, but parts that I just felt like, I should have a camera in hand for this. And at some point I thought maybe I'll create a documentary, but I wasn't sure. And then about a year after Dana's spine surgeries, a little less, I was asked by the executive producer, Il Lee, if I would be interested in creating a film or a documentary about healing. And I was like, gosh, that's kind of interesting. We've been on such a healing journey. He didn't even know the journey that we had been on, but I had done some work with organizations that he has in the United States. I'd done some film work with them previously, and he'd seen the work and thought, oh, this might be a great filmmaker for this documentary idea I have. So anyway, as we got to talking with him, he heard more about Dana's journey and was like, gosh, I feel like you could follow her journey as she experiences this ancient wisdom that I'm trying to share with the world, and then see how that develops. And so even at the beginning of the film, we thought it was going to go a different direction. And as it unfolded, it seemed like we were guided. And, Dana decided, let's bring a bunch of people together and have a retreat in Sedona. And, there's all those other details. But yeah, that was kind of how it came to be. And I'm just so grateful for the journey and the process.
It is a beautiful story. And here it is. It's your stories. Do you know what I mean? It's about coming together, seeing what a couple does, seeing the pain, seeing the anguish, understanding it, and moving through it, all surrounded by love. And seeing the other participants in the movie. I mean, I say this again, and guys, if you haven't watched the movie, Priscilla said, Priscilla, where did you go? If you'd like me to post the other link, just let me know. Sure. The other link is, Priscilla, you're referring to where they can see the movie. Yeah, please go ahead and do that. Anna just moved me. Those of you that watched the movie, did Anna not move you? I was like, oh my God. I don't know why her journey, not only not yours, Dana, but I mean, Anna's just was like, oh my God, Priscilla. Yes. Excellent. Thank you. And I could not believe the transformation in everyone. Everyone, and how they, and guys, and please disagree if I'm going to say this incorrectly, but how they owned their pain but didn't let it own them. And that was like, oh my God. Oh my God. When you were with that energy healer, Dana, that I don't want to give too much away, guys, because it's so good. And Lisa says, and watching your partner take care of you. My husband is my rock. He helps me. So Lisa has mentioned this. She has lupus and she gets flare-ups, and this would be just, it's an amazing story. Amanda says, I hope to come to one of your retreats one day. Awesome. Exactly. Yes, exactly. And guys, if you want to copy this right here, it's watch.showandtell.film/watch/love heals my name, Elias Patras. That's me. And you can go to that, and there is a button there, and it's for the film. It's $15 to watch the film. It's an amazing, amazing film. I can't talk enough about it. It moved me to get the shirt, and it moved me to definitely, I wanted to have you guys on here. I wanted to have you on here so you can share the message. We'll take some of your questions, guys, in a little bit. And thanks, Priscilla. It's $15 until September 1st. Thank you. So what would you say was the most important piece of identifying the pain and how to move through?
That's a big question.
It is.
And one thing I want to just address is that the film is obviously not just about chronic pain, like physical pain. We have a lot of people that were experiencing mental, emotional, like, anything from migraines and depression, anxiety, issues like relationally with folks and their family, stuff like that. I mean, we took 18 other people on this journey with me that have a variety of different things that they were navigating in their life. So it was like so many people that have seen the film say to us, I found myself in that film somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So Anna, like Elias was mentioning, has a heart condition, and even us watching her journey, I mean, even to this day, it still is mind-blowing to see the transformation that occurred. So as it relates to the pain piece that you're speaking of, Elias, I will tell you that when Krisanna first was hired to create this documentary, in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We're going to go on the journey of a lifetime. And we did. But what also happened was I was like, oh my God, what if I don't get out of pain? Right,
sure. Yeah.
I put a lot of pressure on myself. And for anybody that sees the film or has this understanding already, you know that when your nervous system is not in a calm, restful state and you're anxious or you're worried about something or you're trying to, be somewhere that you're not currently, it's telling your body that you're not safe. And that does not help pain. It does not help chronic illness. It does not serve the mind-body, which is really one entity in any way, shape, or form. So I started to recognize like all of the pressure that I'm putting on myself as I'm navigating this journey is not helpful. So I think the biggest thing that I learned in all of this as it relates to pain was changing my relationship with it. I spent most of my time, especially after 2 failed surgeries, I was terrified that I wasn't going to walk again, that I would never get my life back. I would never be able to hike again. Krisanna, like, what type of life is this for my partner? It was a really dark time. And it wasn't until I stopped doing that and just started to recognize, well, what am I okay doing today? Where am I today? And starting to have compassion for myself and started to do the work. I went inward and went on a journey that I've probably needed to take my whole life, but it wasn't until this woke me up to go inside and to recognize the pain wasn't just physical. It was as a result of stuffing a lot of emotional pain throughout my entire life and being a codependent people pleaser, putting everyone's needs before mine. And I didn't care for myself the way that I was caring for the rest of the world throughout my entire life. Krisanna is certainly the exception. Her and I have a very interdependent, very healthy relationship, but then she had to become my caregiver. So there was a lot of pain in that, a lot of guilt. So navigating the journey and transforming the physical pain into where I'm at today was not what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to end up out of pain in my life. I get my life back. That's not it. Because life is full of ups and downs and painful moments, whether it's physical or emotional. And it was, how do I navigate those, feel them fully, like fully feel that, so that I'm not just suppressing all of these things in my body, and then moving through it. So it was like, I had to change the relationship I had to myself entirely to get where I'm at today, even with still feeling discomfort in the body. That's something, you know, maybe that's just part of my journey, but it sure has changed, not only with the mind-body practices that I've learned and the energy stuff that I've done and everything that I do for myself. The bottom line is, if I wasn't loving myself and being okay with where I'm at, I was not okay. And so that's the greatest gift.
Ashley says the concept of emotional pain translating to physical pain was eye-opening. Lisa says, exactly. Do what you can do and don't beat yourself up for what you can't. Phyllis is saying, I'm going through all that now, along with some loss. Nikki says, and this is interesting, I agree with that 100%. Stress brings more pain for me. Was told I need my lower back fused. I know from the film, I know. Trying to put it off as long as I can. Nikki Schletz, so good to see you. Hello from Beckway, so good to see you. Nikki Schletz, you guys, we've had her on before. She is a medical interpreter for the deaf. She is from the Chicagoland area where I met her. She was on my retreats. She did my apprenticeship program. She quit her job and found her passion, and her and her husband bought a boat. They're off the island of St. Thomas, I believe, and they charter tours. And they're living their dream. So thanks, Nikki, for being here. I know that you're doing your tour, so I appreciate that. Sorry, guys, I just had to stop and say hello and give a hello. Haley says, as a healthcare worker, I'll be watching to better understand my patients and offer myself in different ways with compassion as a caregiver. So do you want to speak about this for a moment? Because I'm going to grab something right over here real quick.
Yeah, stress. Talk about bringing more pain. Nikki, I have a lot of compassion for you. And I would say, if Dr. Hanscom, who's in the film, was on this call and saw that, he would definitely try to have you avoid doing a lower back fusion if you can, because there's so many tools that can help you navigate that. Krisanna, isn't it interesting? We were just talking to two of the doctors from the film the other day, and they were talking about the impact that, as a healthcare worker, your doctor, a surgeon, if they have compassion and actually listen to their patients and provide them that type of support that really hits the emotional piece, what a difference that makes in the journey of that patient. It's significant. There's actually research on that topic. It's huge. So I'm really grateful to the person who said that.
And you know, you guys have some great people in there. I mean, you have to be able to have Dr. Bruce Lipton in the film was just, I'm like, what? So it was really good to have him in there. And I mean, I saw what he did when he muscle tested you, and that was amazing. I've done that muscle test on my retreats, so I know what that does. And you gave me, I've never said those words that I'm not going to tell you because you guys have to watch the film. But I know I'm going to use that on my retreat in November, because I think that was so eye-opening. There is a book, you guys, and I've mentioned it, but I'm just looking up something like surgery. Listen to this. Surgery. Feeling helpless, guilty, frustrated, unsupported, needing more love and attention, not honoring your body or giving it enough rest, feeling stuck and hardened, not trusting that your body knows how to heal. And that's from The Secret Language of Your Body by Amos Segat. Actually, Nikki is the one that turned me on to this book. And it's kind of a little bit like Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. We talk about, but the mantras to do and stuff. But this goes a little bit different, and she talks more about the pain in each area, what it can be emotionally, and how to help clear it. So fascinating stuff. Let's go to some of the comments real quick. Thank you, Haley, once again. Hi, Toot and Toad. I have healed from physical pain. Yes. Joy, that's life today, and I'm grateful to do what I can do. Yes. Dana, did you take medication? Abby wants to know.
So currently, no, I'm not on any medication. I actually also did not take medication through the pain journey that started in 2017. And I was really trying to navigate it in a more holistic approach. And of course, the standard, chiropractic care and all these other things. I had a herniated disc in L5-S1 and radiating pain in my calves and some nerve issues and calves and ankles. And I tried many different things and they didn't work. They actually made me, like, my brain not okay. I felt really foggy. I was not myself. And actually that felt worse to me than taking the meds and trying to be okay in my body. It just didn't help enough to justify it. However, when I had the first spine surgery that ended up resulting in a spinal fluid leak, they had me on very high medications, pain medications, stuff that I had never taken before for an extended period of time. And I will share something pretty vulnerable with this audience, but 2 weeks after my second spine surgery, this was in May of 2020. It was 2 weeks, and I looked at my beloved and I said, Krisanna, I'm actually getting off all of these medications that they have me on. And she was, how did you feel about that, Krisanna?
I feel like I was going to lose my mind. I was not okay with her going off the meds. I actually wanted her to take more, just hoping it would bring any bit of relief.
Yeah.
It is, nothing like what you guys have went through, but I remember after my surgery that I had, and I was writing, I didn't know what to do, so I wrote my first book while laying on my side for most of the time. And I remember going, I am not taking these pills anymore. And the doctor's like, well, if you keep on taking the Tylenol and the, going back and forth between, I think it was Tylenol and Advil or whatever it was that I was taking, I went through 5 bottles. And thank God, knock on wood, that my liver is okay. But I was not going to take the Norco and all the other crap. I was like, I can't. I'm hallucinating from this stuff. So Dr. O'Connor says, and guys, Dr. O'Connor is a functional medical doctor, just so you all know. Wow. What is so tragic in the pain story is how badly Western medicine fails us at so many levels. Nikki said that, where are you, Nikki? Sorry. She healed from the physical pain, and it was an emotional pain that manifested physically. Amanda says, I'm going through some health issues right now, and I took some time for me, and my intuition heightened so much because I focused on myself and making sure I'm good with my mental health and my health issues. Yes, I totally get that. And guys, if I miss you, please know that it's StreamYard. It can't get to everybody, but it's just, there's like, 79 of you on here. So I'm like trying to do my best, guys. That's a problem. Doctors don't listen. Very frustrated. I always say spiritual and physical are related when it comes to an injury. Yes. Cheryl says, pain causes stress and stress causes pain. It's a vicious cycle. L says, thank you because I'm hurting currently. And L, honey, I know what's ailing you because we've talked. So if you want to share that, please do. Your journey. If I could, L, and I'm going to say this out loud. If I could, L, I'd be pushing your ass to Sedona to get you where you need to be. This woman has taken care of everybody in her family but her. So, love you, my friend. Okay. Planning a day trip to Sedona next week and to clear mind. Thank you. Awesome. Hi, Bertha. I was told I needed to have surgery on my neck for 5 herniated discs and then lower back on top. On now having anxiety, stress, and depression. Blow that out, empaths. Don't take it in. Remember, observe, don't absorb. Just, and as I always say, don't do it in the shopping mall. They'll think you're crazy. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here. Haley says, working in hospice for many years has taught me to hold space for everyone, no matter where they are in their journey. Pain cannot be measured by another person, only oneself. Thank you, Haley, for your service, truly. Margie says, I've had this pain from fibro for so many years. Sometimes it feels like I'm trapped in a nightmare. Hi, Shelly. I recently seen a TikTok from a guy that studies blood. He talks about how emotional trauma can affect the blood. Fascinating. Dr. O'Connor says, a study showed me, medical providers, interrupt our patients and only, that showed medical and providers, sorry, I read that wrong. Interrupt our patients in only 7 seconds. It's no wonder patients feel isolated and misunderstood. Stephen O'Connor, exactly, makes us feel lonely and crazy. Yes. My psychology professor taught us about a mother trauma can transfer to the child she's carrying. Yep. So believe it. So true. What about fibromyalgia pain that's invisible?
Yeah.
I can speak to that.
Yeah, please do.
Can I?
Yeah.
Well, because it helps me share something I think is really valuable. The reason I accepted this film as a project that I wanted to work on was because the executive producer told me, I want to share 2 things with the world. And if people knew these 2 things, it would change their lives. The first thing is that you are your own best healer. Nobody knows you better than you, right? Second is the power of self-love. And what I watched, at some point, I was toward the end of production, and Dana and I talked about this pressure she felt to heal, to get whatever that means, right? We were having to reframe the definition of healing. But that was kind of before we went through that journey. And I told Dana, I will walk away from this project right now. I will pay back every dime that I've been paid if it means that you feel the pressure you have to heal. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. This is our journey. This is our authentic journey, and we can't change it. And what I watched happen with Dana and with myself naturally in this struggle was, as we understood more and more and more, we began to see that pain was not the enemy. It was actually a trusted friend, because it was a guide. It was showing us a way, and that way is back home. And we've lost our way. So sometimes the universe, our body, our soul, it has to get our attention, it has to wake us up. Now, do I think that Dana deserved all the things? No, it's not that. There's like some way of holding it that's different. But what I found is that we started to see it as something beautiful. Like, what a gift that we had this opportunity to experience such pain that it brought us to our knees. And we couldn't stay in our life in the same way that we were moving anymore. Dana couldn't stay in her corporate job anymore. I couldn't stay in this path where I was suppressing all this emotional pain of my childhood and being rejected in church and coming out as gay. Like, I couldn't stay there anymore. I had to look at everything because our desperation to heal was so great. We were like, let's look at it all. Let's talk to every healer we can, and let's just immerse ourselves in this process. I called it the dredging, like digging. Sure. So to me, that was such a key. And now even we don't even use the word pain. Like, I have some stuff going on in my body. I'm getting support. And I actually, it's not even in our home. We say, oh, my body's talking to me. Oh, my knees are a little more talkative to me these days. That's okay. I'm listening. I'm trying to get the message. So I say all that as a foundation of, I can't speak to fibromyalgia myself. I don't know what that's like. I watched Dana have a lot of symptoms of fibromyalgia. And we have a woman who just watched the film and had extreme fibromyalgia where she could not even get out of bed most days. And she went to a retreat in Sedona. By the way, I don't think that's the only answer. I don't think a retreat in Sedona is the only way. I think there's so many people that can help you in this path. The immersion of a retreat is really powerful. But anyway, she went to a retreat, had a really powerful spiritual experience, and was out of pain for the whole rest of the day for the first time in 18 years. And now she has some stuff still that she's working through. Yeah. It's not like it went away forever, but that showed me something powerful. And now she similarly is seeing her pain as a friend. It's not like I hate my body and I reject what's happening. It's like, oh, this is fascinating. It's taking me on a path in the journey. I honor it. And we're actually going to go see her in Flagstaff here soon. But all this to say, I find it so remarkable because instead of holding it with anger, I still have the anger I have to move through as I see my partner suffer still. And I, have my own stuff to work out, but I hold it with such tenderness too. And like, what a gift. So Dana, I don't know what you're going to share about that, but yeah, I just see it as such a gift now.
It is. Well, first of all, you shared beautifully. Thank you for saying those things. And I will tell you that the journey of pain definitely woke me up. And there are times then that we will actually talk about, if this never happened, if I never experienced this, all of these other things wouldn't exist today. Right. We wouldn't have this or know this person or have experienced this or be like, I can't even tell you, if you really dig into what occurs after you're brought to your knees with some type of illness, pain, trauma, depression, whatever it is, like I never believed that I would see it as a gift ever. And now I do. And I've had, even though I experience, we're giving the punchline, right? But seeing the film in my journey is just one piece of it. There's so much there. But now I'm able to live my best life, even though I still experience discomfort. But what's interesting is, like, as you move forward and not continue to cycle about, oh, if only I could do this, if only I was feeling this way, if only I didn't experience this. Once you literally just let that go and you start to move forward back into a life that you want, within whatever reason that you can, it's like all of a sudden I said, oh my God, babe, my sciatic pain, it's gone. She's like, holy, what did you just say? I'm like, it's gone. And she's like, oh, and I have not gotten it back. Like, it's gone. And so that was I couldn't sit even after this, before the surgeries, after the surgeries, it was really bad. So I started to experience things shift that I never thought would shift. I was at an appointment the other day. It's because I twisted my ankle. So what I'm still experiencing right now is due to another injury that's struggling. But I was like, oh my God, my back feels great. Wait a minute. My back feels great. What is happening? So I'm experiencing these things where, because I'm so like present and living my life to the best that I can today, things are starting to fall away. Even with the current struggles, it's like these other things are just falling away. I don't know how to describe it, but because of the compassion that I have, I can go inward in my body and say, I love you. And it's okay that you're struggling. I talk to my body now as if I would talk to Krisanna or my best friend or, somebody that I really, really care about. And if there's one thing that I learned, it was that our bodies are not our enemies. They really want to heal. They want to serve us. And when we connect our mind and body and fill ourselves with love and emotion, that is like the vibration of love and healing and things that you would want for someone else, for yourself, it just starts to change you. So,
and I believe that 100%, because it is so important that in my, not only as a massage therapist, as a massage instructor, but doing the spiritual work that I do, it's this, guys. And again, my belief, right? So the issue starts out here, and then it hits us here emotionally, energetically, and then it lands in our physical self. So we are creating that, and then the talking and the believing and the interpreting of what we do, of this is, I am stuck with this. Well, how you're saying that and what you're feeling about that and what you're telling yourself, completely different. We had a person on July 27th, I believe. Her name is Intisar Ben Halim. She's a clinical social worker. She does a lot of Gestalt theory. And she said, in the morning when you wake up, good morning, beautiful. How are you? What is it that you need today? I'm here to listen. You talking to yourself and just rubbing yourself in a loving way and say, I'm here for you. What do you need to know? What are you struggling with today? I am here. And talking to your talking to you like you're talking to a loved one, because we do it for our loved ones. We don't do it for ourselves. Let me go to some of the questions here. And thank you guys so far. Let's see. Where are we? I had, okay. So DM, just so you know that this isn't about watching the film and poof, you are healed. You have to do the work, right? This is Dana's journey and Krisanna documenting their journey together. And what I love about this, Krisanna, which I didn't say, was seeing how I felt your energy like this in the beginning of the film. And then at the end, you were like this. And it was just, I'm telling you, everything about this documentary was just amazing. So Janice says, coming off as,
can I speak to the last one real quick?
Yes,
I would just say real quick. I just feel like, thank you for that. And I think there's something about the film. My hope and prayer is that all that I ever wish is that it plants the seed that perhaps there's another way. And maybe that way is inside. And we know what's best for us when we can get inside and tune in. So as terms of the back pain, will it go away or will it not? I believe everything is possible and everything can change. But if it plants a seed that perhaps there's another way, that's it. So that's all.
Amazing. So true.
And there's no silver bullet. So if I had to say one thing I walked away from with all of this and observing so many other people's healing journeys, we traveled the country. We interviewed so many people about their journeys, and there was no silver bullet. It was like what one person found relief from was something that didn't work at all for somebody else. So for me, when I get in my body and I'm doing, I actually love Qigong and Tai Chi type movements, more of like a moving meditation and doing meditations, doing energy type things, and actually shaking and body tapping and different things to stimulate circulation and energy throughout my body. Game changer. For me, when I do a daily practice and I commit to myself, actually, Elias, you had a speaker the other day that I loved listening to, and it resonated so much because even if you can't say you love yourself, like intellectually, you're like, I actually don't feel that way. If you start taking steps every day to do something, even if it's a short period of time, that helps you connect to the deepest part of you in some way, breathing, movement, something, journaling. I mean, just make it a sacred time for yourself. That is loving yourself. So when I started doing that, yes, the immersion of a retreat was amazing. Talking to energy healers and getting all of these little tidbits of information that would be helpful, absolutely, no doubt, was a very helpful thing for me. But it wasn't until I was able to spend the time with myself that I needed to go inward and to do what felt right. Expressive writing was a huge thing. Getting emotion out on paper, processing things from the past that I never did, writing letters to my body. Like there isn't one single thing that got me to where I'm at today. It was the whole journey. And I call it brutiful. It was equal parts brutal and also beautiful to take that journey. And I wouldn't take it back. Sitting here, it makes me emotional, but I would not take what I've experienced back because of what it did for my life, like on a holistic level. I wouldn't have done those things without this. So, okay, Elias, thank you for letting me.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I love that because I think that's what we don't do. I don't think we go within. I think we're so afraid of what we're going to find. And I think what we find is looking at the fear. That's what's on top. But the more that we dig and the more that we dig, oh my God, here's the beauty. And everything else, the outside chaotic noise and the inside chaotic noise has just landed over and over. And we're just getting rid of what I like to call the schmutz. We got to get rid of the schmutz and go forward. All right. So, Janice says, definitely come off as a hypochondriac, especially with pain that manifests in different places at different times. So frustrating. I hear you. I hear you. Shelly says, with my autoimmune disease, I started off tracking everything: food, pain, activity, stress level, everything. This helped me figure out triggers. I was in grade school when diagnosed. I refused narcotics. Bravo to you, Shelly. And Elle, thank you. So my friend Elle, you guys, she has a lot of things going on. And one of them is she's younger than me and they want to do a hip replacement. And then she also found a lump on her breast. So there's a lot going on. So you are in my prayers, girl. All of you are in my prayers, but you are in my prayers because I've known Elle since I was 29. So, okay, Abby, I've had back pain from a car accident as well, disc damage and spinal cervical stenosis. Contemplated surgery, but never did it. Now I'm overweight from being sedentary, always in so much pain. I've done so much shadow work. I don't know where to turn. I hear you, Abby. And here's the thing. There's a time in our lives, and you guys, please pop in, that we can do just so much of shadow work to move past the shadow into the light and honor the part that we are right now. And how much more can you go through? You've said it. And if you keep on bumping the head into the wall, guess what? Pull back, go over here and see where that's going to lead. And then you go this way, then go over here and see where that's going to lead. Prayers to everyone on here that is on this journey and is saying yes to themselves, because this is what I definitely got. You both said yes. You both said yes, and you did it. Should we take some? I think we should take some questions. Let me go back because everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I'm okay.
Elias, while you're doing that, I would just like to add to that. So Kim's comment really hit me because I felt so alone and isolated, and it was a really dark time for a while. And I just want to say that some of the tools that I started to use, and I'm not trying to say do this, do that. I'm not telling you what to do, because really going inside is the key. But if you are experiencing chronic pain and chronic illness type things, the Curable app was actually what I stumbled upon. The Curable app gave me like a toolkit for how to navigate my scenario where, it was something that I needed. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many people out there that are on this journey with me. And I would listen to these expert interview podcasts that Curable has. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how I found Dr. David Hanscom, who then had a Q&A group. He would meet 2 times a week. And then I got inserted into a community that wasn't just about complaining. It was like, wait a minute, what can we do to help navigate through this journey of pain in whatever form it's showing up in our lives? And then I felt connection. And as soon as I started feeling connection, I started feeling hope. And once I had hope, it was like, things are shifting now. So if I can just say one thing, the Curable app was a huge help for me. And then a gal that I found coincidentally on Instagram who did heal herself as well. Her website is mytmsjourney.com. And so all of these different resources we put on our website, lovehealsfilm.com, in the resources section, because here's the deal. Do we have the answer? No, we don't have the answer. But did we see massive transformation and healing occur, including within myself over this journey? Absolutely, yes. So what we want to do is be the bridge. is just provide information. Our film has given a lot of people hope, and they started to take steps that is absolutely healing their lives. There's no doubt it's happening, but it's just not the same for everyone. So if any of these things I'm telling you resonate with you, just check them out. But I will tell you this, you are not alone.
And guys, how many times do I say that on TikTok, on Facebook? My job is to make sure that nobody goes through the stuff that I went through alone.
Mm.
We are here to connect, educate, and grow. It's something that I will always say on every live. It's on my website, and this is what I believe in. Joe Smith says, thank you so much for this live show. Jamie says, same here. Nita says, I'm realizing that my bone-on-bone knees have a message for me. Yes, surgery is unavoidable, but I'm seeing pain now as a message that instead of letting happen to me, I have to make sure that I'm making my life. Definitely, that's bravo, Nita. Angela, my heart goes out to you as I read this. Born with arthritis and now in my 50s, I go to pain management clinic weekly. I'm narcotic free, but I also started talking to doctors about assisted end of life just to end it at times. I'm willing and have tried many things. Angela, please have hope, my dear. Please have hope. Please, please, please have hope. Kim says, thank you. Thank you, Priscilla, for putting that on there. I found out a year ago I was diagnosed with adult scoliosis. I have 3 herniated discs and 3 bulging discs. I started doing core exercise and walking every day. If I moved the wrong way, I could have severe pain. This pain has affected me twice already, and I cried. Oh, gosh, guys. Again, thank you, Priscilla, for putting that on there. Does anybody have a question for our guests, for Dana or Krisanna? Does anybody have any questions? Lisa says, beautiful. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you so much. Margie, my doctor wants to do knee replacement surgery as well as bone on bone, but I'm determined to heal through other methods. I don't want surgery.
Can I just say my
Yeah, go ahead. I think
I was going to say, yeah, well, and Dana, feel free to add. I think it's really important to me, and actually I'll say this, if you watch our film, there's a scene with Dr. David Hanscom in the beginning that I actually re-edited a few different times before the film went live, because it was really important to me that we not make it seem like we're saying don't get surgery, don't take pain meds, don't trust Western medicine at all. But I can tell you this, if Dana had known the rate of failed spine surgeries, if we knew the percentage of people that go to spine surgery and end up worse, we would have thought differently. I mean, we avoided it for as long as we felt like we could until she was struggling to walk. But still, it's like we didn't have all the information. So our hope is just to provide this thought that perhaps there's another way. And in addition to what our doctors say, we can also hold within ourselves, what is the truth that I know? Dana's truth was that she said, I don't want surgery. It doesn't feel in alignment for my body. I feel it's not going to help me in the way they're saying. But we rejected her intuition because at some point we were so desperate. So I say all that because I just want to make sure we've had people come up to us after they watch the film and say, well, you know, I healed from cancer, but unfortunately part of it was with Western medicine. And I'm like, that's not unfortunate. That's so beautiful. How beautiful that you're in remission. How beautiful that you don't, you know, you're not struggling in that same way. The pathway that got you there, I believe we're all guided with our angels and guides and our teams and those looking out for us. I think the important message is just make sure we're tuning into ourselves and not giving away our sovereignty to someone else, including a doctor, including an energy healer. It doesn't matter who they are. Let's make sure we maintain our own sovereignty in our healing journeys. And then know that sometimes we're going to maybe be guided in a way that doesn't feel right in the moment. But at the end, it's like, oh, wow, that actually molded me and shaped me in some way. So I don't know if that's rambling at all, but that was just important to share.
We have a couple questions. Nikki wants to know, how long was your journey?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Nikki. I actually had an injury while I was running on a treadmill in May of 2017. And the pain that started in my calf never went away and then went into my other calf. So it was bilateral and then started creeping up into sciatica. And then, you know, I actually didn't have a lot of back pain in my life. And it was through all of the different doctors and modalities and such, that they said, well, certainly the pain in your lower extremities must be coming from your back, because that's where all the nerves run. So they did an MRI and they were like, there it is, herniated disc, L5S1, that's got to be the answer. So I tried injections, which actually made it worse, and then ultimately surgery. But I will tell you that in doing this film, we learned a lot. With the research shows that most people, as they're aging, have bulging discs, herniated discs, spinal stenosis, all of these other things. And guess what? They cause no pain. But the other thing that they recognized is that there's a thing called ACE, ACE, Adverse Childhood Experience. And when those questions, it's like a questionnaire, and the higher you are in the ACE, in your ACE score, which is, have you had trauma throughout your life? You know, were you abused in any way? Did one of your parents go to jail? Like, there's very specific questions that can show the correlation between people that experience illness and pain as a stress response, because their nervous systems have been in fight or flight for so long. It's their norm. They don't even realize it, that they're going to experience pain and illness differently, and maybe even chronically, whereas somebody without all of those adverse childhood experiences are going to have. So the last thing I'll share, and we can get back to questions, is that whether or not you have a stress illness or a structural problem that is legitimately causing this issue, bone on bone, requires surgery, even if you have the surgery, I'm not saying don't have surgery. I wish I didn't, but now that I'm at where I'm at today, it was absolutely meant to be. But the practices that we share in our film, and the practices that you'll start to learn about, if you look at those resources, these mind-body practices and that wisdom will help your nervous system in ways that calms these things down, whether it is structural or more of the stress illness type thing. It doesn't matter. Anything you can do to connect to the deepest parts of yourself and do the work within and lower your fight or flight response and get into a space of more rest and repair and peace, that is what changes everything, whether it is pain or illness due to a problem that's, you know, not stress related or not. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
No, you're good. And you know, when I was in school teaching, there are over 250 body modalities. Over 250, everyone. Wow. So real quick, DM from the UK. Thank you for being here. It's 2:00 in the morning. There, just looked about the film. Will I still buy in dollars when I'm from England in pounds?
It doesn't matter where you're from. The platform accepts any type of currency. So whatever the $15 of US converts to your dollars, it'll do it automatically.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Phyllis says, how do you find the strength to say no to others when you have always been the person to take care of them? I'm really trying to do this and I feel guilty for trying to take care of me. So this, Phyllis, is really, truly speaks to the stuff that we all can talk about loving self, having healthy boundaries. And I'm going to tell you something. No is a complete sentence. So, you know, keep on diving in, keep on saying, I matter. I matter. And, you know, you have a support team. We are all here. This is what I am wanting to create, is a community of people. That's why I bring you wonderful people on here. And that's why I want to bring different resources like you guys do to say, look, here's some, I don't have all the answers, as I say on TikTok and on Facebook, only, you know, God and Oprah. So I want people to shift. I really want people to shift. Let me just, here's the link again, you guys. Here's the link again. And I want to honor your time, ladies. So please hold. I'm going to watch the film after this live, but will this also work on releasing excess weight? I'm also recovering from an injury and I'm working on improving both of those things.
It's a great question. I think that when you start to do the work and love yourself better, some of that stuff just starts to shift organically. In fact, one of the doctors in our film, I'm sure he would be okay with me sharing this, but he was a pain psychologist and he's taking a lot on. Most of his patients were actually doctors. And he told us that through the creation of our film and then him subsequently watching our film, he had added on a lot of excess weight for him. And through this process and learning about these practices as well, because I mean, he knew a lot of it, but he actually started to drop weight because he was loving and accepting himself better where he was at. So I think anything is possible. When I started doing the mind-body practices and I was doing Tai Chi or Qigong and following kind of a daily practice, I think those things just happened quite naturally without forcing like, oh, I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. That's just my thought. I don't know, Krisanna, if you have any other thoughts on that.
No, I don't. I heard a story about someone who just did breath work and energy work that we don't know them personally, and that they lost 100 pounds just doing those two things.
Oh,
I heard that last week. And I was like, wow. So yeah, I don't know the science of any of that, but I find that fascinating.
Priscilla says, can Dana and Krisanna come back?
Yes.
We would always come back for you
Yes.
guys.
I love it.
Wanted us to.
I love it.
We love your community. We are really happy and grateful for this.
Andrea says, remind yourself several times a day, saying no doesn't make me a bad person. I love that. Sharon, thank you so much, Sharon, for being here, because I know all that you're going through as well. Thank you. Can't wait to watch the film. Great. Yay, that's so good to hear. It hurts to exercise. Chris, I get it. And I'm telling you, you all know that I'm getting married October 17th. So I put on, and I'm not shy about saying this, I went from 150 pounds to 207, the heaviest that I've ever been. I have in these past 16 weeks, these past 6 weeks, dropped 16 pounds. I have a ways to go, but I'm finding that my hips are not hurting as much. My back is not hurting as much. And I know, as a former massage therapist, I know what I should be doing, and sometimes I don't. I'm aware, like I'm sitting like this. I know that I should be back here. Oh, look, and you can see the shirt, and it looks really nice too. I should be like this, right? And my neck should be like that. But we get into these habits, and we just have to remind ourselves. Tracy says, eager to watch the film. Thank you so much. Shonda says, thank you all. So much great information. So guys, real quick before everybody starts to leave, a couple things. Come back in half an hour. Do you want to learn how to breathe and how to meditate? We're going to do a quick meditation, and we'll have a little bit of a chat afterwards. We're going to talk about, it's new moon-ish. So we're going to do, our focus is going to be around the new moon. I'll put a little blurbage up so it reminds all of you to come back at 7. Now, also, here's something that I'm going to really ask for all of you to be on. Thank you for being here and supporting these two wonderful, amazing ladies. And ladies, thank you for bringing this awareness to everyone. I would love the same support on Wednesday, the 31st. Liz Dawn, co-founder of Celebrate Your Life and CEO of Mishka Productions. She's coming, and I want to show her the same kind of love. I appreciate this community beyond belief, guys. Truly, truly, truly beyond belief. So you can show the same kind of love on Wednesday at 12 noon Pacific time. That'd be great. And then come back at 5 o'clock, because my friend Laura Stasanis will be on. She created these, and we're going to talk about communicating with oracle cards. And look at how beautiful these are. These are her watercolors, and this is her handwriting. She wanted it to be personal, and she wanted it to be no instructions. Just use your intuition. Sam Johnson says, very informative. Thank you. So guys, I'll see you in half an hour. And Priscilla, could you post it one more time so everybody can see it, where they need to go? Look at Haley. Love heals. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shane says, thank you for sharing your stories in your journey of healing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks, Priscilla. Yeah, no, post post the love heals one, but thank you for that too. But if you can post that link for everybody, that'd be great. You guys are always welcome back. Always, always welcome.
Mm.
I want to wish you the most success in getting the word out, the most success in helping others with hope, the most success in truly, and this isn't a schmaltzy thing, guys, just to say it, but really knowing that love heals and the love of self is what helps so much. Saying, I always say, when you say yes to yourself, the universe says yes back. Margie says,
Mhm.
you are awesome.
Thank you.
So thanks. Ladies, can you hold the thought for a moment? Guys, as always, thank you, Priscilla. And here's where to click. Click this on this link to watch the movie. Here's where all the resources are. And come back in 30 minutes for a guided meditation. As always, guys, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And we educate, we grow. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Ladies, hold up.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.